Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. I am doing fantastic. I am here for the week of February 10th through February the 16th, and I'm so excited to get into this week, mainly because this is when we start to get up to the cabin. And gosh, guys, I have so many things to tell you. It's been such a good week. Kind of mostly, I'll tell you when we get into it. Firstly, I do apologize for my arms. I've gotten so many bug bites this summer and they're just not healing the way that I thought they would. So my arms look kind of ratchet. So I do apologize for that. But this is my second week in a row using a Sweet Tea Sticker Co kit. If you didn't go see the last week, you should definitely go check it out. It is super duper cute. Feels like it's a lot busier than this week was, but it wasn't. Same amount of busy. It was a good week though. Valentine's week. We didn't really do anything for Valentine's. That's not really our jam. But we did for the kids, so that was nice. I decided to do a scatter pattern. It was a bit tricky for me to figure this one out. Again, admittedly, I'm still getting used to the new planner, the new layout. It'll take me a couple more weeks, but I am getting used to it. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that the lighting is better. Certainly, why is my desk so messy? I didn't even realize, I had something with like packing paper and I just realized there's little like white bits of paper everywhere on my desk. That's not good. Anyway, so I have been pulling my date covers up a little bit just so that they cover up the like Sunday, the 16th, the actual dates, and then I've been pulling my my headers up underneath that, directly touching that, and that seems to have made the difference. So it feels a little bit easier to do a scatter, but I do gain that little bit of extra space in my day that makes it, because like an ideal day fits 7 realistically, but it makes it so that if there's a day with 8, it's not so bad. And then, yeah, I'm just putting in my headers here. And I really like the way that it turned out. I also particularly like this kit because, like, yeah, there's the hearts and everything, but mainly it's the snowy weather. And that's really perfect for this week. You know what? I'm just going to insert a picture now. So it was, oh no, did this just start again? No, it was extremely snowy. Oh my God. Did it just, okay. Anyway, it was extremely snowy. You can go back and check the picture. Let's get into the day by day. So on Monday, I worked in office and I used a paper and milk Maru to mark that. Oh, also, remember when I was telling you last week that I had my Muji pens and I was like, oh my gosh, they dried out. Well, I found my non-clicky Muji pens and I totally forgot that I have a ton of colors in my non-clicky Muji pens. So remind me if not next time I'm like, I don't have any pens. I definitely do have pens. It's not a problem. Anywho, so then I had to rearrange an allergist appointment with the doctor for my littlest, and that was a clipboard from the kit. Then I just used a leftover Fox and Pip to note that my husband was home on this day. We spent some time together, and then I did a TikTok binge. So I used to stick with the Planscuro doom scrolling squidge. I thought that was perfect, and then I had a shower. On Tuesday, I worked in office again, and then I had Galentine's Day lunch with my friends Ariel and Rebecca. That was really nice, and I just used Amaro for that as well. And then after work, I worked on Valentine's Day cards with my biggest. He wanted to write all his cards by himself, and he has 29 kids in his class, so it was wild. Then I worked on sight words, and we did reading together that evening, which was nice. I went on the walking pad for 20 minutes, and then that that evening, I ended up doing a lot of extra time for work. If I work a certain amount of hours per week extra, it's like an hour and 45 minutes. It's not even that much. I get an extra day off per month, and that is worth it for me. Then I used a paper and milk icon just to note that I did a general tidy. On Wednesday, I did Valentine's Day cards, again, with my kiddo before he went to school, and I worked from home on this day with a squish from Fox and Cactus. Then I used a little bucket from Fox and Pip to note that I decocked my tub, and then I vinegar cleaned my tub, and then I recocked my tub by myself, because I don't need no man. Turns out I did need a man, but we won't discuss that. Then I had to shovel. It was very, very snowy. I went on my walking pad that evening, and then I FaceTimed my mom and my dad. On Thursday, I had an amazing sleep, so I just thought that happy girl from Fox and Cactus was really good. I had so much shoveling to do. Then my big guy had a snow day, which was, again, really fun for him. He's never had one before. And then I did my, second layer of caulking. Then I worked from home on this day. I did laundry and folding after work, and I walked on the walking pad for 20 minutes. And then my littlest got his finger bitten at daycare on this day. So I just used a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji with a tantruming kid to know that he was upset about it. On Friday, I worked from home. And then I used a paper and milk, little in a pickle to note that I hurt my tear duct. It was not feeling great for about 5 days, and then it just cleared up by itself, which very lucky about. Then I did the kids' laundry. I packed. I tidied my basement area because it is the place that gets out of control. It's just a dumping ground for everything where we don't know where to put things. But I don't take the time to tidy it as I should, and I definitely need to. Then my littlest had raging diarrhea, and my big guy had a really bad cough, and I was like, not right before we go away. Then I just worked extra time that night, and I ordered McDonald's for the children. Now, let me just show you the basement at my cabin. Can you guys see that? Do you understand that that door is well over 6 feet tall? That's insane. That's absolutely insane. So that is what happened when I had to go to my cabin and I had to dig it out. Let me add another picture. So those banks are literally my front door looking out. They are 7 feet high. That is what we were dealing with at the cabin. No word of a lie, absolute insanity. So the reason that I showed you those pictures is because it's very relevant to what we are talking to for the entirety of the rest of this video. And pretty much next week, you're going to see a theme. I'm pretty sure I used nearly an entire shoveling script. So I don't think I met my step goal one single day, but I did do 45 minutes. My back has never been so well worked out. It was really fantastic. So now you're going to see me struggle just a little bit with the day extender because Friday was a very busy day for me. And then I really did struggle with it here. I just had such a hard time with it. So I packed, as I said, and all of the rest of the things for Friday. But yeah, it was very snowy. I've never had so much snow. And then we ran out of places to put the snow because off the deck, there was already 6 feet of snow. The snow was up to I am 5'2". The snow was up to my chest. And then when my littlest went into the snow, if you threw him into a snow pile, he'd disappear. My big guy, it was pretty well up to his head. So they have these snow piles. My husband and I were shoveling and shoveling and shoveling and shoveling, and we couldn't get it going. It was very difficult. Anyway, on Saturday, I packed some more, and then I took a shower and we drove to skating, and then we also drove to the cabin. So the shower is Squish from Fox and Cactus, and that car is a leftover from the Prairie Planner. I want to say. Then I dug to the basement, which I did show you the picture of. My kids weren't feeling well, which was fine. It was a snowstorm. I shoveled more after the snowstorm, and then I've been dying to use these by the fire stickers, so it was just a cozy night in, which was really nice. The next morning, I used the fire sticker again from the Coffee Monsters Co. to know that we were snowed in. Very fun. And then I had to dig to the basement to find my mom's flippers because she was going away to the Bahamas for a month. So I had to find her flippers. They weren't there. So I did the whole thing. It was fruitless. It took me over an hour. Then I used another Coffee Monsters Co. emoji to note that I shoveled the deck. My littlest and I did drying, and then we walked down to skating, but you needed snowshoes to get to the skating, and then we chilled by the fire for the afternoon. And that was all she wrote for the week. Toodles, friends!